So you've heard of WordPress and you've heard that you can make a website with it, and you've heard that you don't need coding or any experience and that it's actually a very cheap option. But what exactly is WordPress and why should you choose that? Hi, my name is JP here at Websites for Beginners, and this is our WordPress Essentials series, teaching you all that nitty-gritty about WordPress that we don't always include in all the tutorials. Our question starts with what is WordPress, and then secondly, why on earth should you decide to use WordPress? WordPress is a content management system, a big word for basically saying it is a platform in which you can create websites. It manages your fonts, your images, your layout, your structure, your page, your posts, all of that, all of those small little components that make up your website that is being managed by WordPress, and that is the content management system. Think of it like that. There are a number of content management systems you may be familiar with. Wix is one of them, a name that you've seen around a lot, as well as Squarespace. And then we've also had Webflow recently, and then the one that I promote here on the channel a lot is Brizy Cloud. All of these platforms give you everything that you need to make your website with, and that is a content management system. Now, WordPress delivers on that. WordPress is free, flexible, powerful, popular, and yes, it is also overwhelming and very frustrating at times. So with those two there, why should you choose WordPress? WordPress is quote unquote free. Yes, the content management system itself is free. And with that, you can create a website. But the power of WordPress comes in its flexibility by allowing third-party developers to add on to the WordPress experience. Almost no WordPress site is built purely just with WordPress. There are so many plugins, add-ons, apps that you can get that are for free, and then there are premium ones really driving your website creation process on WordPress. That means you can make stores, you can make learning management systems for online e-learning, you can create multilingual websites, and the sky's the limit almost with WordPress. Just have a look at these websites that were created within WordPress. And these were created with no coding. So you don't need to learn anything in terms of coding ever. You don't even need to have a background in how to design and work with it. These are also great starter sites that you can import to begin your WordPress creation experience and just swap out the content. It's truly flexible in terms of what it can deliver, and that's why it is such a powerful content management system. But yes, it can be overwhelming. The first time you actually log into WordPress, you're going to feel very, very lost, and you're not going to understand how this can actually create a website. This is entrenched in the history of WordPress, but what you need to learn is to cut through the noise. Tutorials like these here on Websites for Beginners and many other great content creators on YouTube help you to navigate through that so that you don't get caught up in that and trying to understand each and every little part of the interface. Other content management systems that I've mentioned like Squarespace, Webflow, Brizy Cloud, and Wix are uniform in their interface. Everything is the same. But because with WordPress, you can bring in third-party apps. Every time you bring in an app, you work with a new interface, how that developer designed it. And this can make the experience at times a little bit frustrating because everything is just so different. Here, my advice is to keep it simple. Only choose those apps that are really necessary for your website creation. And again, this is something that we help you with here. Beginners tend to bring in too many things and in the end, break their website and then they have to start all over. I've been using WordPress for years. I use other content management systems like Brizy Cloud as well. But for certain things, I always return to WordPress. I love this platform. I love the many options it gives me. And the moment you start applying yourself and learning a little bit more about WordPress, you're going to find it's actually very easy to use. And that will be my last piece of advice for any newcomer to WordPress. There are ways that you can practice WordPress. If you want to create a website and you jump in and you create it, you're going to run into obstacles because there is a small learning curve. The best is to go through these tutorials here on YouTube and learn about WordPress and what goes where before you really tackle your first ever website that you want to put out there in the world of the big internet domain. To kickstart your WordPress creation journey, why not try the crash course here at Websites for Beginners or the Essentials course? All of these will help you get a very good understanding of what you can do with WordPress and how you can go from a zero to a semi-hero, and eventually we'll get you to hero. Remember to subscribe and give us a like, and I'll see you in the next video.